What's going on, guys? OddManMc back at you again with another episode on the MCPueblo server, and we are here. We got 1.15 loaded up, and I have a couple bees. I was up a little late last night because we just uploaded. This would be February 15th at the time of this recording. We have about, I think, 6 bees. There's those 3, and there's 4. I think there's another one in here. A couple more in there. But this is the only place that I could really figure out how to get them. I'll show you that trick towards the end of the video. If you haven't heard of it yet, I'm sure everyone does, but just in case. But what we're going to do now is we're going to build an enclosure for these guys kind of in this area. I'm going to clear out some of the land and kind of get the framework in, and we'll go from there. All the materials that I should need are in here. This idea is not my own. This idea comes from Waddles. If you don't know him, you should. He's got some fantastic builds. Go check him out. But I'm going to get that framework going and get these guys started on their new home. And I'll check back on you guys in a second. Okay, so here we have the framework set for the little house that we're going to put our little bee friends in. This is a 13 by 14 area. This is what Waddles had recommended. You can build this as big or as small as you want, it seems like. It looks like Coyote's getting in on some of the bee action as well. I think he said he had at least 14 hives or something like that. A lot of people have been kind of jumping on this, which is really cool. You can use any material you want to build the framework of this. I'm just using oak logs because it's what I had a lot of after trying to get these bees to spawn. But yeah, overall, you can use whatever you want. You can use concrete or gravel probably not. But yeah, you can use whatever you want. Next, we're going to start setting up the redstone for the honeycomb collection. I've never thought of using a honeycomb. I mainly just want honey so I can get honey blocks and start doing some stuff with redstone. And there's so much of this stuff. I already have 5 bottles of it. I know I need 9 of them, I think, to collect. And they're attacking me. I didn't think they would attack. Let's fly away for a bit, and I will see if they calm down after a little bit. Okay, they seem to have calmed down. The trick I've read and learned a little bit of is putting a campfire underneath them so that way the smoke puts them to sleep, which I think is very accurate to how real bees are, which is really good. I'm scared to break these hives, but Coyote says I can just use a silk touch pickaxe, so we'll give that a try when we're ready. But next we're going to get the redstone set up. If you're not a redstone savvy person, it's okay. I am not very redstone savvy. I know enough to get me by, and that's about it. Where'd that other bee go? He kind of flew off in this direction chasing me. There he is. There's the little guy. Well, hopefully they come back. Looks like they're pollinating some of the flowers. Alright, so let's get on with the redstone. Okay, so the redstone in this is super simple, and I'm going to explain it the best that I can. If I get confusing at all, I'm very sorry. This is just my best way that I can explain it. So what we do is we have a 3-section area. This is just kind of what I laid out. I think he just had 2. But we'll put our chest here for our collection system with a hopper going into that chest. On top of this hopper, you're going to put a rail for minecarts, and you're going to put a hopper minecart on top of that. As soon as you have that placed, you can break the rail underneath it, and it's good to go. Then you're going to put a temporary block here to break, and with a dispenser facing this way. And then you can break that temporary block. Then the dispenser, on this face of the dispenser, you're going to put a beehive, and this is just crafted with 6 planks and 3 honeycomb, and you get honeycomb from the natural beehives. So this will be where we collect our honeycomb from. From there, you'll put an observer with the face facing towards the beehive with a building block there, and then on the very top, you'll put a piece of redstone on this one and on this one, and that's it. That's the redstone. So whenever this updates, letting the observer know that it has honey, the observer will pick up the detection, send the redstone signal over here, activating the dispenser, which has a pair of shears in it. That is very important. It'll clip the honeycomb, which will get collected down here, and boom, we got it. So this is specifically for honeycomb. I'm going to build one for honey later, but this was something that I wanted to give a try out. So we're going to get the rest of this filled in, and I'll see you guys in a second. I forgot to mention that when you're starting to hoe out this area to make farmland, this little section here needs to be a waterlogged slab. or else it's not going to reach all the way around. So make sure that you do that. And just for safe measures, you might as well make the one underneath the chest waterlogged slab as well. That was my mistake, and I'm sorry for that. All right. So from there, you're going to hoe out or make farmland from these two center blocks going out by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There'll be a little bit of a gap around the end. That's okay. But that's what you want to do. The water is very important to keep this all hydrated. So, next part. I noticed I did make a little bit of a slip up. I had the farmland stretched all the way to the side, meeting these, so I had to take this whole side of logs and then just scoot it back one block, which is okay, because what you want is you want your flowers to be along the entire edge of this, except for where your door is going to go. And in this sense, my door is going to be actually out here, so this is actually okay. There's a little extra space here, which is just fine. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Hi, Mr. Bee. You can have a flower. And flowers are used to breed bees, if you did not know. That was a helpful tip when I got a bunch of them, or one or two of them, and I was trying to figure out how do I breed them, and they just said flowers, which was good. And I think I have flowers going all the way around. I just don't like the gaps, but that's okay. But that's that. So we got the flowers in. The door will go right on in here. This is a little just off from what Waddles is, but most of the time it's pretty close to what he has. And it looks like some bees are already starting to take to this hive, which is really good. So we'll get some of them in there once we're ready, and we'll go from there. All right, so after our little debacle with the side of this, which is okay, this will still work. He does recommend keeping it at 13 by 14 area, but I don't think this will make a huge difference. I could probably put some extra flowers on this side just to kind of help, but you don't want them near the door, so that way they can get out. And then the next thing, and you want to make sure that this is also 6 blocks tall. He said he was very specific about that. I'm not sure if the height has a necessary impact on it, but I kept mine 6 blocks tall. And now what we're going to do is we're going to encase the rest of this in glass. You want to make sure that the entire thing is enclosed, because these bees are small. They can fit through just a 1 block space. And I want to make sure that I keep them in there so that they don't escape. Always remember to make sure there's no creepers around when you're building. All right, I'm going to patch this up and finish filling in the glass. Stupid creepers. And with that, our bee enclosure is done. All that's left to do is to plant our crops and to get our bees in there. But I'm going to have to do that later. Whoops. There we go. Because my daughter just woke up from her nap and I can hear her talking to her pet puppy upstairs. So we're going to have to do that later. But we got some honey going in our bees. We got our bee enclosure ready to go. This is going to be good. I'm excited to get that going. So I'm going to have to wrap that up here, guys. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. And always remember to be odd. Peace, guys.